it is summer, my favorite time of year, and the perfect time to do this glowing bronze goddess makeup tutorial. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen last week I put up a picture of basically this look. I was just kind of playing around with new products. I really had no goal for what I wanted the look to be, so I mean, I just put it up and you guys loved it and have been asking for a tutorial ever since. So I knew I had to do it for you guys because I love the look and I think it's perfect for summertime. I'm also going to share with you guys some of the products that I used to tan myself, just because I wanted to be a little bit darker for a glowing look like this. So yeah, keep watching and I'll show you how to achieve the look. Now, before I get into the actual makeup, I want to go over my skin. You might be able to tell I'm a little more tan than usual. And for this look, you don't necessarily have to be tan. I just prefer it. It just really shows off that bronzy glow a little bit better. So a couple things I picked up at BeautyCon in New York. I went to the Tarte booth and they gave me a bunch of this Brazilliance, the tanning towels. This is for the face. I've tried the body cream, which is superb. It has a really good tanning cream for the body, but I hadn't tried this for the face. And I tried it, and after just one round, I guess, it really tanned my face. A lot of times it's like gradual or it's not enough. Obviously you don't want like a huge difference in your face, but this is just enough. It's perfect. So really love this stuff. I also picked up another product of theirs that I was so excited to try because I'm a big fan of the Maracuja Oil, and now they have a bronzing serum, which is sort of a gradual tanning oil. So it's basically everything I love about the original oil, but this one sort of has a tanning element added to it. So just to maintain the tan, I use this every day under my usual skincare products. So that is it for the skin. Got myself nice and tan. First things first, I need to prime, and I want my skin to glow, so I'm going to use that Gal by Benefit. I'm just going to pat that into my skin. Alright, I'm ready for the foundation. Now, in my original Instagram picture and in the blog post where I listed all the products, I told you guys that I used this RCMA palette for my foundation. I also like the fact that I have a bunch of different colors to play with so I can really match my complexion right now. So I'm going to grab a foundation brush and just mix it's these first three colors right here. You can see it goes light to dark. And I'm probably going to be using that darker shade quite a bit more. Without being too heavy, this foundation is really good in terms of coverage and formula. So I think that's part of what made this look so nice and so flawless looking. And I gotta say, this selection of colors works really well for olive skin tones. So I love this stuff. And I'm also going to cover my brow bone and I guess my lids as well. Alright, so that's about it for the foundation. I'm going to keep this nearby because I am going to use it for the lips later. So next up, I am going to highlight my under eyes. Again, not going to do any crazy highlighting, but just to cover up the darkness under my eyes. I'm going to apply my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in Custard. And for the sake of keeping this more natural and glowy and lightweight, I'm just going to use my fingers to blend this out. And the skin to skin contact is going to give you a much better blend than if you were to do it with a brush. Usually you do it with a brush because you want more of a precise blend and a precise application, but doing it with your fingers just makes it look a little more natural. And there we go, it just really brightened up my under eye area. Now with this look, I am running the risk of sometimes looking a little too slick, so I'm keeping one of my favorite powders on hand. It's by Fresh. It's called Sandy Lane. Unfortunately, it is discontinued, but I hang on to this thing for dear life because it's a really good powder. So in case I start looking a little bit slick, I'm just going to keep this nearby. Now in the original photo, I did not wear blush. I opted not to wear blush just because I really wanted to focus on bronzy, glowing skin. I didn't want there to be too much color because the focus really was the skin, but just to give you an option for a blush that you can wear, I'm going to use the Bora blush by Girlactik. It's just a really light champagne-y peach color, and I'm just very lightly going to apply that. Not very much at all. And this is a light enough color that it's really not going to interfere with the look, but it'll just brighten up my cheeks a little bit. Alright, now for the fun part, the highlighting. I'm going to be doing this in a little bit of a different sequence than normal, just to get the exact look that I'm going for. For this combination highlight and bronze, I'm going to be using two products. This is the Betty LouManizer by theBalm. You guys know I love this. I use this a lot. And also NARS Albatross. Now this is actually a blush by NARS. It's kind of weird because it's a really iridescent white gold color, but it is in their blush category. It's a very intense highlighter, so you should be very careful with how you use this. Now I'm going to be layering these two, so first let's start off with the NARS Albatross. So that's just going to go at the highest points of my cheekbones and extend it out to my temples. Again, you have to be very careful with how much you use because it can end up looking really intense. And if you do use too much, you can always go over with your foundation brush. So I'm just going to carefully place it. And just extend it into the brow bone. And another place I like to highlight is just above my arch on my brows. So just gonna work that into my forehead. You want to keep it a little more light on the forehead. And that's pretty much it. I'll go down the bridge of my nose just a little bit, but I don't like to draw attention to my nose, so I kind of just stay away from it. I try to keep it as one-dimensional as possible. And I extend into the cheeks as well, just to kind of blend it with any blush you're wearing. I am going to go over it with the Betty LouManizer, and this is just going to give me a little more of a bronze glow as opposed to this kind of like white goldish glow. Now because I want this to be an all-over bronze, again, I'm not contouring at all. I'm going to take a huge fluffy brush by Sephora, and I'm going to dip into the Betty LouManizer. Just kind of get it all over, give it a tap, and we're going to go all over the face and just bronze it up. This is going over the highlighter, onto my neck and my décolleté, pretty much everywhere. So now I'm trying to see in the monitor there, I've got a good amount of glow right there, a little bit on my forehead, and I think I am ready to move on to the eyes. Okay, the eyes for this look are really simple. So I'm going to go with probably my favorite eyeshadow ever made. It is in the Nude Tude Palette by theBalm. You can see right here, it is Seductive. So all I'm going to do is take a big fluffy blending brush and dip into that brown, give it a tap so it doesn't fall onto my cheeks, and just go in and buff it through my lids. This has, it has sort of the same function as Betty LouManizer. Maybe it's not the same color, but when you buff it in, it really makes it, it just gives it like this sheen that I've never really seen in an eyeshadow. So it's really, really pretty. So I'm just going to buff it into my lid and go all the way up to my crease and just blend it out from there. And I'm not using any primers or anything like that because, again, I want this to be more of a light, summery look. I don't want it to be too polished and perfect. And now a shadow that I am going to use from NARS that I used in the original photo is Andromeda. This is another brand new one coming out very soon. Now this is going to go into the inner corners of my eyes to really make them pop and give it that highlight. So I'm going to take a small smudge brush. I'm going to give this a spray just to really amplify that highlight. And then go right in. So really focusing most of that color right at the inner corner and then blending outward into the lid and on the lower lash line. My stomach just growled. I hope you didn't hear that. Okay, same deal for the eyeliner. It's not going to be polished. It's going to be more smudged and soft. I'm going to take this pencil by Cargo. It's called their Swimmables pencil, and the color is Pebble Beach. It's just a nice dark brown. And this is totally waterproof if you want to go swimming or if you are going to be at the beach. So I'm going to apply this to just the outer parts of my lash line. I'm not going to line the entire lash line just because it's not quite as natural as I want it to be. So now I'm going to take this flat brush and just use it to smudge out that line. It's going to turn out just slightly smoky. Alright, we are ready for the mascara. In the picture, I used for the first time the Perversion mascara. This mascara separates really nicely, so it's good to pair with a really subdued look that doesn't have a lot of eye makeup. Hit those bottom lashes. So you see the lashes obviously make a big difference, even though you don't have a ton of eyeshadow or eyeliner on. Once you put on those lashes, it's like, whoa. Let's give it a second to dry because it is kind of a wet mascara. Okay, we are almost done. I just need to do my brows and my lips. And for my brows, I'm going to use the Brow Architect by Tarte. Just going to take both ends off. This is the fair light color because I bleach my eyebrows every now and then when I'm feeling like lightening up my face a little bit. My hair is black, so my eyebrows are pretty dark, so I like to lighten them up no matter what color my hair is. So I'm going to use this fair light color and just fill in any parts that are missing. Okay, now for the lips. I told you I was going to need my foundation for the lips, and this is just because I want to create a nice primed canvas, I guess, for my lips. And this is really going to make my gloss stand out. I don't know what it is about the foundation on the lips, but it just adds a nice effect when you're going for something that's kind of monochromatic and, again, will make that gloss really pop. And now for the gloss, I'm going to use the Read My Lips gloss by theBalm. This one's called Snap, and it's their lightest nude color. It's just got like a nice, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a mocha-ish color, but it's still nude. And that is it for this super glowy summer bronze makeup tutorial. This was highly, highly requested on Instagram and on my blog, so I hope it lived up to your expectations. I hope you guys loved it. It's just the kind of look that, you know, you can wear on a hot summer night with just like a messy bun, kind of like I have. And if there's a time to be a glowing bronze goddess, it's right now during the summer. So I hope you loved it. If you did, give it a like and let me know in the comments what you think. And speaking of summer, if you haven't already, head over to the platform and check out the Missed Opportunities video. Some of my platform pals are in it. They're kind of just hanging out by a pool and having a good time, so be sure to check out that video. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.